How's your day? Mm-hmm. Oh, it was sleepy. I didn't get up until like I don't know. Uh, well, I mean technically I woke up at like 12, but I didn't get out of bed until like 2. So. I actually need to. Let me get rid of you because I did not save. Uh, biome spawn. Howler's maze. I don't need that right now. Ness, add Howler. 50. Let's do 70, 30. And then homeless spawns. Escape slave. You see escape slave. You see escape slave. Delete. 5, 10. Boobies. Roaming horde crab wanderer. Crab wanderer solo. 10. Howler hunter. Scavengers. Scavengers. Howler hunter patrol. By 20. Crab Wanderer. Oh, he was actually weighted pretty high. So let's do 40 again for you. Oops. You know what I didn't bring with me today? That penny. No, it's actually laying on my bed because it's in my other jacket. But it was funny because I walked like halfway here, and I looked up at the sky, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna fucking rain." So I walked all the way back, and then got my umbrella, and then I walked halfway here again, and I was like, "Oh wait, I need to get something to drink." So I walked all the way back and got my water bottle. And then I'm standing there with a water bottle in one hand and my umbrella in the other, and I'm looking at it at my jacket on the bed, and I could see the penny lying there, and I was like, "Damn!" I told him I would bring that penny with me. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'll just leave it there. What am I doing? Okay. I'm surprised you. Oh, you already had the candle, did you? You already had the candle. Hmm? Did what now? No, I didn't tell him it was my birthday. No. What's up? I'm old. I'm old. much. Just streaming. No. Would you shut the fuck up? Yes. Nice, thanks. I'm old. I'm good. What was he yelling about? Yeah. When was that? Was that like an hour ago or something? Oh, I was literally fucking down at the smoke shop because fucking Mo down there wanted me to get him fucking something to eat from Red Robin. You have a fork? Thanks. So I think what I'm gonna do for Gauge 10 is I'm going to how am I doing? I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a more destroyed town. Let's see. Let me get him over here. He's dead. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do for this is do I even see main markers roads. What's that, Brownie? That's good. That's good. What's up? What's up, Segra? Segradilla. Nice. Glad to hear it. They're custom roads. Yeah, I'm going through and I'm cleaning up a bunch of them. Yeah, I guess it would go down here, and it looks like it did. So looks like it may have gone up here, but that's fine. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move. Actually, let's see. Before I... Where am I at? There we go. Coming from... Where am I coming from? Oh, there we go. Okay. So there's nothing... There's a fuck ton of iron up here, though. Well, if Gageton's gonna be a ruined city... That's why I put it down here, isn't it? Stone, iron. There's a whole lot of iron up here. Copper. So, I mean, theoretically, somebody would want a base up here. I mean, now they would have a road leading straight to their front door. You can just die. Let's go down here. You can edit and add sounds. Though that is above my current skill level, as I have not looked into it. Water, fertility, stone, iron, copper. This is probably a more desirable spot. And then it's always been built here. Water, fertility, stone, iron, copper. There we go. Okay. I'm probably going to rebuild the city here. But, That's good for now. Alright. Roads. What's up, Hera? Thank you. Now you're the one I want to get rid of. You done for the day? You done for the day? That's alright, thank you. Okay, you, on the other hand, need to disappear. Thanks for the follow, Sig. Sigradilla? Gradilla. I guess I'll just call you Gradilla. Alright, let's render this. Snap it. Save it. Okay. But then this means I need to get rid of you. Do I? Yeah, because I guess this town has 4 gates, so... Okay, let's... render you. Save. Okay, now you can see the path, kind of. So that should be fixed. And then this one Yeah, it's a pretty good kick. Actually, what I really should just do is okay. That should fix some of the issues. Let's save you, render, and project, and save. Alright, so that'll go along the river. Maybe what I can do is, okay, so I guess you can't go up there, but you can go up here. I could make a road that connects and goes straight across. Like if I do... what is it? It's exterior, right? Yeah, exterior, bridge, pontoon, huh? Maybe I could do something wild and just straight up the cliff face. Ah. Whoops. Need to, am I under the water? Nope. This one is, though. Let's do this. Huh. Oh, it's shadows. That's what it is. Hmm. Let's close that. Open it back up. It's the dark chocolate is a little bit too rich for the cake. It kind of ruins it at the end. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying at the end it kind of ruins the whole cake. No, no, it's good. My friend brought me cake. Yes, they know it's my birthday. When am I gonna do a mukbang? Never, because I don't want to end up like Nikocado Avocado. That that fat sack of shit. I despise him. I fucking hate him. He's fat. No. Okay. So let me. Okay, he is. He's a talented musician. He's a talented singer, and his claim to fame is he's fat. No. It is his claim to fame, and he wants to sit there and be on. No, he was a decent YouTuber before. He did like music and art related stuff, and he had a generally healthy community. And then all of a sudden, he did one mukbang, and fuck, did I build that bridge over here? Yeah, he did one mukbang, and then it was like he got a bunch of views, and then so he kept doing them, and then his whole claim to fame is like, yeah, he was an outspoken vegan. You know what I mean? Like the dude took his health, seriously and everything like that, and then he does one mukbang, and then he gets all upset and he's like, I don't know why I'm gaining weight. It's like, yes, you know why you're gaining weight, you sack of shit. Oh yeah, vegan. He did the vegan eating meat again. Yep. No. No. Mukbangs are bad for you. All of them are bad for you. Your body does not need that many calories and that much food, no matter who tells you what. Fucking my favorite. I can't stand his abusive relationship with his boyfriend either. And that kind of toxicity. They're both toxic to each other, and they both hate each other because of how fat they've become, and they won't break up with each other and stay away from each other. I genuinely despise him, and there's very few people that get under my skin, but for whatever reason he does. Oh, and I didn't see you. Thank you for the follow, Bredo. Bredo. I know, but I don't either. I don't even keep up with his drama. But it's like every once in a while, he I notice it, and then I have to look it up. Like what was it? Moist Critical. Charlie. He did a video like a year ago, and he was like, yeah. He was like, look at how healthy he is, you know. And then there's the same thing. Um, but recently, a video came out, and him and his boyfriend were like sitting there talking, and he was like, I have OCD, and his boyfriend goes, no, you mean you have obesity. But it was like, it was, it's not an act though. He's genuinely that stupid. He's genuinely that stupid. It's like they sit there and they, God damn it, I just did it again. And they abuse each other, and people encourage it. Like his whole community is toxic as shit. Because if people genuinely cared about him, they wouldn't watch his content. But we watch his content because it's funny, because it glorifies abuse. What's up, Venom Snake? You know how much foliage there is in the goddamn. It is foliage. It's part of the foliage system. Foliage is, at least in game, is typically considered anything spawned by the system. It's funny because I don't even sound like this. This isn't even my real voice. This is my microphone voice. my, my friend, fuck, what's your online name? Warm Blanket. My friend Warm Blanket was telling me that he was literally. I mean, he's sitting right next to me, but he was telling me the other day, he was like, listening to you on stream and listening to you talk in real life is very uh, discombobulating because you don't sound anything like you do on stream. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. I have a very high. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on. I have a very high noise gate because I obviously I stream in public. Um, That's not it. So I have like a very high noise gate for where the fuck is my mic? Yeah, I have a very high gate. What, Twitch? Yeah, if I had the money, I'd buy it. But my main focus right now is getting the website up and running, and then monetizing the YouTube and Twitch channels. Don't light that in here. Don't light that in here because you fucking weeb. Hey, you want to? I was gonna ask you to do me a favor, but never mind. Put it out. It's a dude. It's a fucking fire. Put it out. Put it out. Put it. I already put it out. 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 Put it the fuck out. Fucking asshole. Fucking fucking sitting in a restaurant. Fucking he keeps lighting a fucking candle. Yeah, they have it in a very contained way. Yes, but it will set off the smoke alarms, and then it's gonna fucking set up the sprinklers, and I will break your kneecaps if the sprinklers go off because of you. They don't. You know they're above the panels, right? No, it's not because the foam panels uh, break under heat. That's what they're designed for. It's a fire. Oh my god! Shut the fuck up! I don't even understand why I'm trying to. It's cold water. It's something like 100 gallons a second or something like that. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, you didn't remind me of the Discord donation thing. I just figured if you weren't donating, you didn't have the money. I didn't. I'm not gonna bother somebody about it. Like Faye pays. I don't know. He pays like fucking $20 or whatever. What does he pay? He pays $25 to get a what? Depends on what the restaurant is, how big it is, and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool because it does not the chat. You guys can't see that because you don't because you're not allowed to see that. Um, it actually so it says 1 month and then it says 2 month. Um, yeah, I thought that was cool. I need to poke Swishos and see if he can, because right now, so donators for the Discord server through Discord get the unique emojis. Like these are locked to like each role. What I need to do is basically give more people more emojis, but they're completely specific to people. Let me see. Server subscriptions. So I can add them per role, and I've got they're completely separate. Um, yeah. So I've got 22 slots for premium emojis, like people pay for these, and then I've got um I've got 115 slots available for uh normal emotes, and then I've got 136 for animated emotes because of the server boosts. And then I've also got stickers. I've got five more. I've got 5 more slots for stickers. Boron adds his own, and then this is Paramo's thing. Um, and then there's 2 more boosts gets me another 30 plus stickers. Um, yeah, and then what I need to do is I need to figure out all of the Twitch specific stuff and upload those. Yeah, the let me see. I think it's level 2 for 50, and then for level 3 it's 100 megabytes. What I really need to do and see, and this is kind of what I wish Discord was a lot more transparent about, because I technically can apply for the partner program, but I haven't been able to resubmit my application since like July 2020. So like um, if I go to my insights, like if I go to partner program, so look at all these that I was technically, you know what I mean? But if I apply for the partner program and I get into the partner program, then um, of course, this is, we're failing here mostly because a lot of people didn't use Discord during the time. But if I get into the partner program, then I get rank 3 stuff automatically. Um, like I won't have to worry about the boosting and stuff like that. And then I also won't have to pay for, um, which is why I need to build, you know, um, need to build a better viewer base and a better subscriber base and stuff like that. Get the community more involved, but it's hard to do because traffic slows down when there isn't a lot of community updates, and community updates rely on someone being forthcoming, you know, um, or they rely on somebody to be like constantly engaging with them. Which is fine. I think that's easy enough in its own, but it comes down to like I need a reason for people to keep coming back, which kind of, whether that's YouTube videos or Twitch streams or, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, all in due time. But I gotta figure out why the fuck I can't reapply for a partner program. You'll never subscribe. That's rude. Says the guy who doesn't miss literally a single of one of my streams. Yeah, Ranger shows up literally every stream. I don't think Discord is lazy. I think they lowered the threshold too much because you only use Twitch for me. Yeah, thanks. Because they lowered, so like if I go back here, so you see how it says, like if I open up my server settings again, I've got the community tab. Um, this used to be much higher when it started off. It was like 10,000 members, and then it was 5,000 members, and then it was, um, and here's the weirdest thing. Okay, so the minute this publication went live, I applied for server subscriptions. I told Bourne about it. I applied for server subscriptions, and then I literally got approved within like 2 hours. And I think I was like the 10th person approved for server subscriptions during the beta. So like the minute the beta released, I applied, I got approved, um, and so they do like high end community betas, and then they do like a public beta. So I wasn't part of like the high community beta, but it's not like I don't have um, friends over there who know what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I got approved for server subscriptions, but if I go back to like, and then the community thing, um, when it was set to 10,000 members, I applied for it and I got approved, but then I go to something like the partner program, and it literally says my application is pending review. It's been pending review since like July 2020 or 2021 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, we have a cool little. We have a. Where the fuck is it at? Go away, fucking. Like we have a cool little web page. So now the server is actually searchable online, um, which is cool. Let me see. This is cool. So now, like, it advertises. Oh, the fucking video doesn't work. Um, yeah. So then the more stuff I can get here, um, the more the more emojis I can get here, the more it advertises and stuff like that. And then something's up with this. I don't think it fucking likes. I don't think it likes. What are they called? Shorts? Shorts? Yeah, I don't think it likes shorts. Yeah. So that's part of Boron's. I'm old. Thanks for asking, Jordan. I'm not gonna just tell you my age. Um, but yeah. So really, it just comes down to engaging with the community and getting the community to engage back. Getting a consistent. Um, yeah, somewhere in there. Getting the community engaged and me to engage with the community. Get it out. All right, I'll see you later. You gonna be around tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday, laundry day. All right. All right. I'll catch you later. But yeah. So, um, I woke up at like fucking 5 a.m. today, and I literally rolled over. I turned off my alarm, and then I reset my alarm an hour later, and then I forgot that I had another alarm set for 30 minutes later. And so then it was like 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes. Also, thanks for that. And then I just went right back to sleep. I muted both of my alarms on my tablet and my phone. Um, yeah, but then I woke up and it was like 12, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna lay in bed. And I literally had all this shit planned today. For those of you who weren't here last time, I forgot what the fuck I was doing. Um, but I went through and I cleaned up. Well, I mean, you guys already know Vade's Pass isn't here anymore, but I cleaned up a lot of the map features in this area. So, like, this hill used to be covered in map features. Um, and I mean, literally covered in map features. This hill was covered in map features. So I cleared those, cleared them along Squin and stuff like that, except for the metal ones. Um, but yeah, what the fuck was I even doing? I was looking for ruins. Yeah, it's not about noticing; it's about performance. The more I get rid of without people noticing, the better off everyone's game is. Excuse me. I don't know if that was a cough or a sneeze. So, like, if you're looking at this, as I pan, the more map features loaded in the distance because they don't unload. They don't have any LOD details to them. I mean, Kindred said he wants to fix that with a bunch of different items. I tweeted about that the other day. Basically, Kindred was saying, oh, and Katarina released a new mod. What the hell was this at? Oh, I guess it didn't come through on, yeah. What do you mean, the one with the music? Oh, it might be possible in the future. But I don't think it's possible right now. So a lot of limitations are still in place because the modders like Boron and Defrizz are still working on figuring out how. I can't say too much, but they're still working on figuring out how to apply these in such a way that, you know, basically you have to inject the code into the game. So you have to figure out how to apply that in such a way that, you know, you can give players a choice of what they want to add, or modders what they want to add. I do not know if they will be able to match the animation. Like, no perfect. I mean, it all comes down to engaging the community, right? Because, so, you know, when I originally invited Boron to the server, I invited him to the server to join Genesis because I didn't know he was doing, you know, Lost in the Ashlands and stuff like that. And I didn't know how serious he was, but I invited him because I understood that he had the skill set needed at the time, you know, that the team needed. So I invited him, and he was like, "Oh, you know, I'm doing my own thing," and you know, and he's turned into one of the biggest knowledge sources of the community. He's actually sat down and, you know, hung his head and looked at the engine and been like, "Okay, what can I twist and what can I change and can I modify this? And if I modify this, what happens?" You know, and nobody was doing that before. And then you have Kindred, who was like, you know, he looked at a bunch of different problems, and you know, and I don't even remember how I invited him to the server or why he came to the server, because I don't remember if I invited him or not. But you know, and then there's people like Hugo and stuff like that. So it's a step by step process. It just it you know, it comes down to looking for people who are curious, who are hungry for that knowledge, you know, and then building on it. And sometimes it takes months, you know, for something to come through. Boron was messing around in the FCS, and he's been poking around for, you know, music related things for you know, a number of months, and he didn't think it was possible. And then Defrizz says something, and then all of a sudden, you know, a month later, Boron's like, "Holy shit! I figured out how to add sounds." Um, you know, we're sitting there and we're talking, and um, we were talking about map features, and I had asked Lo-Fi um, over 2 years ago now. I was like, "Hey, can you fix map features not being editable and working?" And then Boron was like, "Hey, we can get around the limitation of that, you know, by, you know, um, by editing the config files, you know, editing where pathing and stuff goes." Um, and so there's a lot of stuff you can do. It's just not known because nobody has sat down and figured it out. You know, and then Kindred one day, he's doing his little Fox mod and he's looking at how to change the graphical engine, and all of a sudden you've got a hollow sword that looks like a lightsaber and it looks like it's glowing and stuff like that. Um, and then, you know, 2 months later, you've got you know, a completely different mod. Kindred's like, hey, let me look at the shaders and let me see what this engine can do, and let me see, how I can optimize it. And then from his shaders mod, that turns into a completely different overhaul, which is what I'm playing with right now. And he starts stretching what the engine can do and adding new features, and he adds like different light volumetrics and different shadow calculations and stuff like that. So now I'm getting more stable FPS and you know um, so it's not about for a lot of people you know they would get mad because they're like, hey, you're keeping all this to yourself, and it's like, to a certain extent, yeah, but it also, you have to realize that none of us are documenting the process, right? Because none of us are even sure where we're going to go with this. So we start pushing out information, at almost everything is published in, for modders. It's in the tutorials channel. Like Boron's dialogue thing, Shadan's weather testing. Pretty sure there's some stuff that's pinned. Oh well, most of the guides, but and it just all comes down. People are like, yeah. But so for me, it's not that I can't; it's that I won't, because my main project is Genesis and the community. So if I start, down that rabbit hole of how can I improve the engine and how can I do this and how can I do that, then all of a sudden this mod never gets done, which means that the community has no reason to be here. So it all comes down to me having to focus solely on this and then ways outside of that to engage with the community. But yeah. I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to do when I started up Kenshi now. Oh, right, ruins. Twitch lowered its monetization settings, which was cool. I was looking at that earlier. They now do like $50 payouts instead of $100. And then Discord is $100 after a month. So if I get paid $100 in January, I don't get paid until February, rather than at the end of January. I'm just speaking out loud while I dick around. Okay, so I got rid of all the ruins in Shun. I got rid of most of them in the crater. I got rid of most of them in the grid. There shouldn't be too many over here. The old prison can stay. There's nothing in there. Farm ruin. If you have questions about the physics editor, ask Boron, I guess. Fucking babies. Her project. Do you know how many? Okay, so here's the funniest thing. Do you know how many women? Do you know how many people in uh, the Kenshi community modders are women? There's a lot. There's a lot of women in this community that do modding. Like if I had to make a wild guess, I would say maybe out of the more public facing modders, maybe 70% of the modders are women. And they got the skills to pay the bills. You know what I mean? No, I just mean like it's for this game especially. It's weird, right? Because one wouldn't expect women to want to play the game. But they they find a home, and then they make it work, and they're all very talented. Okay, so you're gone. Cage is good. Slave markets, swamp ninja base, ventures, rally point, Diller, Horn, rally point, smuggler's bar. Yeah, Katarina is amazing. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, let's open this back up. Let's open this back up. Let's go here. Documents, ruins. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do let's see. Maybe let's do zone size. Let's do biome size. Small, mid, large. We'll do 5 zones. Let's do zones 5, 10, 20. Roughly. Okay, so then we'll do ruins per type. Let's do type by difficulty. So small zones will have two rooms, ruined 2. We'll do 2 ruins, ruined as a priority, and then I'm not going to remember that too many numbers. Ruined priority, and then lost rare. Mid zone, we'll do 3 to, depending on how big the zone is, 3 to 4 ruins. Difficulty, no. And they'll be lost priority. I should put ruins. Well, that's not including generic ruins like farms, villages, or way stations. So those can be spread in highly populated areas like the Great Desert or Akron's Valley along the northern coast. And that's not including any uniques like this guy, the Swamped Lab. So let me see what's in here. And then I want to redo the interiors for a bunch of these and kind of try and unify them. Let's see. There's nobody in this? Is that true? Oh, there we go. Blood spiders. Okay. Moon? Hi, Moon Moon. How are you? Might be just you, Moon. I'm, pretty quiet. I'm a thinker streamer, not a speaker streamer. So we'll do mid zone, 3 to 4 ruins, lost. I'm practically eating my mic. Let's do lost as a priority, and then we'll do ruined as rare. And then large zones. Moon, let me know when you can hear me. If you're on mobile, you might have issues. Hold on. So for large zones, we'll do 4 to 6 ruins, and they'll be ancient, lost as. Oh, you had the site muted. Oh, how are you, Moon? How was your Christmas? I didn't check in with you on Twitter. I did see the card you gave to Della though. That was cute. Sounds about right. Well, thank you for stopping by. You know, on my birthday stream. Feels good to have you here. I'm currently working. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Um, you definitely should be resting. So if you're in bed, then you know, I I think we're okay there. I ain't gonna say much, but yeah. I did see that your bird passed away. I've tried to not say too much because everyone handles grief differently. And I don't want to poke or prod, where it's not welcome. But let me see. If you've never seen the game, I am currently modding a game called Kenshi. Very good game. It's a very, very good game. Yeah. Very buggy game, considering it was developed by, well, for the most part, over 12 years. It was. Ooh, thank you for the sub, Moon Moon. But it was developed for the most part over 12 years by one guy. And he and his sister did a bunch of the development, and then when he had money, he hired a small team, and then had to let them go and hired a small team. But I'm making a total overhaul for the game, and my community basically just comes along and supports me. Let me not open you up on stream. just in case. Yeah, I love the game. I love the community. I love the community that I've built from the community. The devs are super cool people. They are all based out of the United Kingdom, so they're pretty much sleeping right now. But they're all great people, great artists, and stuff like that. Let's see. This game is a kind of like make your own story game. It's very, how would I describe it? It's kind of like there are no quests in this game. It's kind of do whatever. The world is pretty damn big for a sense of scale. If I go straight up, the game is. Hold on, let me see if I can. Oh, effects. Well, I mean, you can't even see it all. But the game is massive. Yeah, it's like a Mountain Blade top-down RPG. And it has it. Okay, so Moon, if you've ever played, Dark Souls in any way, and you've looked for the lore, this game has lore that's reminiscent of a Dark Souls style. They kind of leave it up to the player. So unlike Dark Souls, Kenshi leaves it up to the player. There's a race of beings in vanilla that are. We don't know if they've been around for thousands of years. We don't know if they've been around for hundreds of years. We don't know if they've been around for tens of thousands of years. But they're called skeletons, and they're basically robots. If I jump back over, so this guy is a modded race. Ignore him being super chunky. But let's see if I open up the character editor. So let's go to the vanilla races. Okay, so not you. Well, I guess technically not you either. So they ignore the weird graphical glitches, but basically this is your general skeleton. We don't know how old they are, but we know that they have something to do with the world being in an apocalyptic state. We know that the Second Empire was roughly, because it was confirmed by the developers, that's what the second game is set in. It's set in 1,000 years in the past. But they, we don't know who created the skeletons. We don't even know if humans are, natural to this moon. Because the game takes place on a moon. We don't know if there's other races. Technically, that's a modded race. That doesn't apply. There's these guys. This is one of the queens of a race called the Hivers. That's a modded race. Let's see. Oh, wait. Then you have these guys. The Shek. We think they're human spin-offs, but they're made of like bone plating and stuff like that. And then we have normal Hivers. Let's see. Not you. And they somehow go insane, and then they turn green or whatever, and they're called Dead Hive or Fogman. Yeah. These guys are, you know. And then you have normal humans. This is a modded race. You have cannibals who somehow stood up to a continent-spanning empire led by the skeletons 1,000 years ago. And these guys, let's see. They paint themselves with something. Blood of their enemies, their own shit. You have two distinct cannibal types, female, male, but you have the green and then the red and black ones. Sometimes, if I close this down, if I go to, you'll have like race descriptions, and that tells you a little bit about the lore. The skeletons are a complete mystery. Nobody knows where they came from and how they were made, but they are suspected to be thousands of years old, fully sentient, and capable of feeling sadness, anger, excitement, compassion, thrill, and enjoyment, although they do not possess the ability to express anything visually. This, combined with their dry sense of humor, often confuses the other races, whom skeletons see as somewhat volatile and unpredictable. They have no prejudice or fear of death, making them brutally effective warriors. This is a modded race. This is a vanilla race that was never included. But the game is very much a make your own story. The whole description of the game is like the world doesn't care about you. You're not the hero. You're a nobody. You can start the game and immediately be thrown into a slave camp. You can be, if you're, something you might find funny. If we go as human, let's go to a Greenlander male confirm. So there's a xenophobic race over here, and they're, I don't want to say Christian-like, but they are Christian-like. The game is not very well optimized. But these guys are basically like religious zealots. So these guys are very, very religious and oops, not that. Stuff like that. Of course, very primitive. I've got to refine their faces and their racial typing and stuff like that. But they're very primitive. They're very, very, very xenophobic. Doctor. They don't have like much high-end technology. And eventually, I'm working my way. Yeah, Catholic Muslim mix might be a good description. But I've been working on citizen armors and stuff like that over time. They have a lot of different cloth fibers and stuff like that. But and so to be completely frank, the politics of the game don't have any super clear like real world references. Like these guys believe in a god that's called Akron, and his opposite is called Narco. Akron, if you spell it backwards, is Narco. So the god of this world and stuff like that, almost everybody to some extent believes
in Ocarina in this world, or Narco, and there's a lot of like hidden gems and stuff like that. But then because I'm a male, like if I teleport here, let me see. I should be able to speak to one of these guys. Like if I go into, let's see, if I go into a store and I talk to them, let's trade. So they have a religious book called the Holy Flame, and if you're not carrying it, you can be stopped. And if you're a male, um, they won't question you. Like if I talk to this guy, uh, Divine's blessings, brother. Ocarina's light shines brightly today. A good omen. Um, any tips on how to live more wholesomely? Study the scriptures of light. Meditate. Pray. So they're very, very religious. They're very xenophobic. And you know, they do have they have a very religious mentality about them. And then your other big faction is people like the Shek. Um, they're xenophobic to an extent. Only so much that it doesn't hurt them. Thanks for the follow, tactic. Tactic, cool. Um, so these guys are only as xenophobic. These are the Sheks that I was showing off. Um, their whole religion is like way of the sword, I guess you would say. Like think Japanese samurai, but they're more brawler than they are like elegant with katanas. Um, they wield these massive hunks of metal, um, and they fight with these massive hunks of metal. Um, they call you flat skin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go take some time to yourself, Moon. Much love to you, and I hope you feel better soon. But thanks for stopping by. Yeah, they're definitely more bark with their bigotry than. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I there's also a full YouTube. Um, if you want, you can watch all the previous Twitch VODs and a bunch of other projects there. Let's pause this and I'll show you. I'll actually link it to you. Yeah, I've got a full YouTube, and I don't just play Kenshi because I figure that people, where the fuck are you guys at right here? There's the YouTube channel. Because I figure sometimes people might want to stop by. I have very limited games. I really only get games that kind of interest me. But I have stuff like Elden Ring. I have stuff like Don't Starve Together. I play old school RuneScape. Yeah, I am Atlas in the Discord. Terraria, Warframe. I started Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Oh my god, you guys want to understand how fucking embarrassing okay, so listen, watch this. Okay. So this is my new first playthrough. What's wrong with this picture?
Thank you for the subscriber tactic. Weird. I clearly have the audio going. Yo, I didn't realize I uploaded 2 hours. I uploaded 2 hours of Witcher 3 playthrough, and there's no fucking sound. For 2 hours, the whole video, there's no sound except for me laughing and commentating sometimes. Oh, I was like, why isn't this video doing so well? And I skipped around, and I'm like, that's weird. So I cranked up the volume, and then my voice came through on the video, and it was like, ha ha ha. And I was like, and it made me fucking jump. And I forgot that I changed all of my OBS settings so that it relies on, yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. So bad. Look at this guy, fucking Screet. He was like, I don't want to finish the game. And now he's finishing the game without me. Alright, so let's see. We're back at Squin. I went to the Burning Forest. Venge. We have the Tower of Abuse. One of these is. Oh, that's right. I was mapping these out. Okay. Large zones. Ancient Lost are going to be the priority. And then we'll do Ruined as rare. Okay. I've thought about playing Kenshi, but the thing is like I would have to play something I don't know, and I know too much about Kenshi. So, so for me, it's not as as interesting playing it. Not that I don't like the game. I obviously love the game. I'm still, fucking modding it 2.5 years later. So there's nothing here. There's not really. Let's see. I'm just gonna get rid of you. Delete you. Ruin control tower. Save. Goodbye. Um, 013 is good. Actually, you know what I need to do is get rid of 042 because I'm going to condense that. Oh, God, I don't want to do this. This guy doesn't even. Okay, 2542. Genesis level data. 2542. Delete. Towns. Facility. 42. Cancel. Show references.
Delete. 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 Save. And then we'll kill this. Why does Kenshi run so bad, and is there any mod prospects that could help performance in the future? Yes, I'm actually playing with one right now. You have probably answered before in some form, but what are your initial impressions of Kenshi 2 from the little that has been shown? So I don't know what I can say about what I know, but the general thing is if you know the FCS, you're going to be able to mod it. I know that when Kenshi 2 comes out, a bunch of modders want to get together and work on porting their assets. So basically, from the get go, the community will come together and port a bunch of assets. Um, so, what I would say is that I get the feeling that it's going to be a very, very good game. Um, but uh, who is this? Gaxit, if you're watching, I'll show you. Basically, let's go water reflection, everything, RTWSM 4096, max settings. Let's close this down and reset this. Um, just as I'll actually show you the project that's being worked on right now. And my version of the project is actually pretty out of date. So let's go to, let's go to, okay, let's go to Leviathan. Let's pick the speedy boy. Not you. You're a stealth boy. Sure. We'll go height, small frame, super long leg length. Confirm. Let's do this. So we'll go to midday, and then we'll discover everything, close you, and we'll just go to the swamps. So, anyways, what was I saying? You probably have answered it before in some form, but what are your initial impressions of Kenshi 2 from the little that has been shown? So, modding will mostly remain the same. I know that when they started Kenshi 2 development, it was directly told to me that they want to look into seeing if they can implement the blueprint system from Unreal. Um, so, I don't know if they will. I don't know if they can. But if they can, modding is going to jump up um, just for frame of reference, down here in the bottom left-hand corner, Gaxit is a resource manager graph. I don't know what colors are specifically what. You have, performance here, showing you how many things are being rendered. You have the loading up here, but the game, in theory, should pretty much never load. It should never pause and load, like you see this. So it's loading pretty well. This, I think, is max frame rate or max camera distance. Bear in mind, I also have removed a whole lot of towns, so you're not going to quite see the same kind of performance and stuff like that. But yeah, so if they can implement the Unreal blueprints, that'll be a huge boon to modding. You'll find that modding will remain mostly the same. As for the features that they've shown off so far, like the town sectioning thing, that's neat. I think that kind of innovation is stuff they need to focus on. If they're going to update the engine and um, and work on you know Unreal and stuff like that, I think that's fine. Um, the water does look amazing. By the way, this is completely maxed out settings. Um, I have a 3080, um, but this is all the mod doing this. Little bit of Genesis in there, but this is basically all of the one single mod doing the performance. Um, but yeah, so I think overall, I think we're going to get the same game we know and love. We're going to get a new game, you know, that's prettier. It runs a little bit better. There's new issues, but we're going to have the FCS, so mods are going to be the same and stuff like that. I know they want to expand some feature sets and um, you know figure out what they can do with those feature sets. But yeah, so I know that they took a lot of criticism from people, and they took a lot of feedback from people, and so they want to do Kenshi 2 right. And I think Chris, if he ever got in the position that he was in now, or that he was in when he started Kenshi 1, you know, he would keep the same team every time. He would keep the same consistency and the same work and the same, you know, he would be a lot more upfront. But I think now that he has the money, I think he's doing the right thing. And I think that, overall, him sitting on the project and not being so vocal is actually a lot better for the game because it doesn't build unnecessary hype. Um, you see um, a lot of games do that. They build unnecessary hype, and then their game is focused on, you know, um, going through the border zone, one of the laggiest areas in the game. Um, a lot of games build unnecessary hype, and then their game doesn't live up to the expectation, and everybody downvotes it into oblivion, and then their project goes under, and it, is considered a failure. Um, and to be fair, I think overall, um, their way of handling the community is pretty genuine to them. Um, what is that? The fourth pause now, and that's probably what 12 seconds or something like that, if that. And go and go and go and go. What are we loading? Squin. We are loading Squin. Squin is still pretty laggy. Don't know why. Um, yeah, so I think that's I think modding is going to be mostly the same, but I think overall, um, the I think it's going to be a better game, and I think that eventually they might port Kenshi One over to it. I mean, at the very least, the community is going to port everything from Kenshi One to Kenshi Two, anyways. So now we're getting into the swamp. We can go back to normal play speed. But yeah, I kind of rambled there for a bit, but overall, I think that Kenshi Two is going to be a better game, and I think that when if they decide to go and port Kenshi One over, the community is already going to have all the assets done. The community is already going to have all the bug fixes and stuff like that. So by the time and if, or I should say when and if they port Kenshi One, the community is already going to have done the heavy lifting. Um, and once they're on the same platform, once K1 and K2 are on the same platform, you're going to have people trading assets back and forth, you know, um, as massive community packs, which is something I want to start focusing on, somewhat soon, is collecting all the assets and then uploading them as mega packs so that modders can just set one mod as the um, requirement. So you have like a building pack and an armor pack and a weapons pack and you know um, stuff like that. It won't add anything to the game. That'll be up to the modders to use. To be fair, I think the way they wanted to do the Kenshi 2 updates was maybe once a month, once every 2 months. But I think the thing that kind of shut their lips was the community itself. There was a brief spat uh, with a couple of the developers who saw the darker side of the community. Um, when so for reference, Dan, the community manager, he went he went on holiday last year, um, and he was on his personal Twitter talking about you know how he loves being on holiday, he loves driving his motorcycle, blah blah blah. And somebody from the Kenshi community confronted him and was like, you know, I don't understand why you're on holiday. You don't do anything. You need to shut the fuck up and do your job, blah, blah, blah. And the community got pretty toxic with them. And so they were like, all right, let's take a step back. Because I don't think that they generally have, you know, um, you can block, you can mute on Twitter, but when it comes to that kind of community interaction, there's not really too much you can do. Whereas, you know, um, and it's sad, and I think they get a lot of interactions like that. Um, Anytime they post anything online, when's Kenshi 2, when's Kenshi 2, when's the next Kenshi 2 information, when's the Kenshi, and it's just non-stop. Um, yeah, and that's not including stuff like what people see and say on 4chan. Um, it's a bunch of homophobic and racist slurs, and you know people sexualize Natalie, and um, And then people wonder why the developers don't talk to them, and and it's like, if you don't treat people like people, what is there to say? It's like people. There's one guy, as much as I like him, I can't stand him, Zesky, who he took a look at the FCS, wanted to make a shotgun, and then he started pestering the developers about adding one new feature into the Kenshi 1 just so that he can make a shotgun. And I'm like, do you even realize how entitled and self centered that is? You know, you can't sit there and ask the developers of a completely different game because they don't know anything about Kenshi 1. The Kenshi 2 devs do not know anything about Kenshi 1. They're rewriting an engine, they're redoing the FCS work, they're redoing all the documentation. Because modders were very clear. Documentation first. If you're going to release an FCS 2.0 for Kenshi 2 or whatever, we need documentation. We will help you with the documentation. We will help you with the experimentation. We will help you with everything. But we need you, as the developers, to document stuff for us. Because that's when we can build on there. Yeah, people are people. I know, it's hard to believe. But yeah, so he was like, yeah, just add these simple features. And it's like, dude, it's like, what are you talking about? You're asking a developer to add in something specifically for you. And he was like, well, no, people would love shotguns. And I'm like, people don't care about shotguns. You're one person, you're one modder, and you want to ask for a feature that literally one person is asking for, and you want to annoy the developers over that. At what point in your mind does it make sense for you to request something from a developer just because you paid $20, $30, whatever you paid for the game? It doesn't make any sense. Nobody's going to use this feature. And he was like, it would take them 5 seconds to code. And I'm like, how do you know that? How do you know it would take 5 seconds to code? Because they're not going to be able to just cram something into the FCS because you're adding new values to a game. You have to ensure that they don't break values in the game because then you're devoting time from Kenshi 2 to Kenshi 1. It doesn't make any logical sense. I was like, unless you pay them tens of thousands of dollars to develop a new feature, then the feature doesn't have any use. It's like, okay, what is the most requested modder feature? Give and take item. Give and take item in dialogue. If that is implemented, everybody will be happy. I think it's a developer worthy time sink. But they don't because they're the developers, right? It's like me with Genesis. People are like, add guns, add guns, add guns. It's a request that everybody asks for. Add guns. Anytime somebody puts it to a vote, I'm like, I put my foot down and I'm like, there's no way you can tie guns into the world. I was like, if there was any kind of good lore that I could twist even slightly to put guns into Kenshi, I would do it. But there's not. Yeah, and many people don't care. So then you get like 30, 40, in my case, 30, 40 vocal people, and they're like, add guns. And I'm like, no, I put my foot down. But it's like you have to realize that, especially as developers of a game, they have two. Let me see, they have Chris, they have Ollie, they have Craig. They have three coders, three programmers. They have three programmers. So it's not exactly like the entire team is programmers. So you can just go, hey, do this. And they're like, oh yeah, look, a community request, let's put it in, blah 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 blah, and then they're done, and then it's fixed, and something new is added in. It's a developer time sink, and it's a time sink that you know could be literally sunk into Kenshi 2 instead of sinking something back into Kenshi 1 when the community voted and said, leave Kenshi 1 behind. Yes, I know it sucks. Kenshi 1 got left behind, but guess what? When it's 30,000 votes to 20,000 votes, meaning overall you have like a solid half of the community voting on this, you know, dang, it kind of sucks, but everybody decided to leave Kenshi 1 behind. That's what we decided. Sucks to suck, but that's what happened. I just realized I was paused, so what's his name? He probably bounced out. Gaxit. Um, yeah, so this isn't even. Yeah, this isn't even like the newest version of. Let me see. Hold on. Give me your Discord. Let me see what the hell. What the fuck does this guy want? Come here, bitch. You're as dumb as you look. No, you're as dumb as you look. You shouldn't have attacked me. Oh, right, I have to log in to see that. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, this is fine. But yeah, so this is Max. So for reference here, just so you get a visual cue. So the sun is where's the sun? The sun is this. The sun is uh uh it's here-ish somewhere, here-ish. Okay. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Okay. So I was talking about this the other day, but this is small part of the. Yeah, you're good, Jordan. Um, this is a small part of how the new mod is optimizing and adding new stuff. Okay, so this is your foliage on the ground, right? This is all your grass. Okay, so as you can see, when you're looking away, like with your back to the sun, you can see the sun hitting the foliage, and it kind of washes it out. It makes it very bright. It makes it very lively. Okay, well when you're looking towards the sun, it makes everything much darker. And so, in the case of something like this plant, because this plant is mostly giant stalks or giant stems, not stalks, giant stems, um, it turns the plant almost black looking. And that's because all of the sun is coming. What's up, Shiro? That's because all the sun is coming this way, and it's hitting off the front of the plant, which is giving it this um, so you have your illumination here, and on this side of the planet it looks shaded. So it actually looks better if you look at the foliage. So this side is bright, this side is easy to see, this side is dark. But you can still see along the edges the light highlighting the edges and stuff like that. So light, lightish, darkish, dark, light, dark. Yeah. Same thing happens for some plants, some big plants. So like you have, well, technically, if you look really closely, you'll notice some of the issues. Pretty sure that's a shadow issue. Hold on, let me see. Shift escape, options, graphics. Let's turn these off. Oh, that's right. He optimized. Oh, well, that's not even gonna show because I don't have the most up to date. Oh, yeah. I would have to update a whole bunch of stuff, but basically the foliage. Um, you'll see it. It has better reflections when it's wet. Um, metal when it's wet looks wet. It's reflective without it being fucking neon like a giant light sign. Um, water has better color when you're up close to it, but when you're farther away. Um, so, for instance, when you're on this side of the water, nope. Oh, okay, when you're okay, so okay, let me get this right. So when the sun, no, I guess it doesn't really matter because it does it on the other side too, doesn't it? Okay, so water is now clear when you're, for the most part, water is clear. Water is now clear when you're standing in it, looking down at it. But the more you look at an angle, and the more water there is behind. Um, so you can actually see the light changes here. Um, kind of has a little glow. Um, you can see the metal reflection and water. So if I do, let me see, weather, wetness. So this is zero wetness, so everything is dry. So it's very, very little reflection on pretty much anything, including the ground. And then kind of just as everything becomes more saturated and soaked. Yeah, he added a whole bunch of features um, that I genuinely wouldn't even be able to talk about. So if I go, no, that's not it. F7, go to him, and then I go, oops. If I go to F12, character editor, let's go to a human. Give me some hair. Face hair. I need something that kind of sticks up. Mm, that's a bad example. I don't even know if my version has it. It would be vanilla hair, right? So it would be. Uh, know. I don't think it's any of these hairs. So one of the cool features to look forward to is just like stuff like hair, even though it's like super reflective right here and it looks like a shiny Pokemon. No, it was something to do with lighting. But basically, the way the texture was set up was, you know, the darker the hair is, the more it absorbs light, and the lighter the hair is, the more it's translucent. So, if you're looking at your light source, you would see part of the light source really shining through the hair. Um, but I don't even know if that's in this current version I have because I'm on version 4 or something, and he's already on version like 20. But the reason I haven't updated is because of he's doing something called texture swizzling or something like that. Who did I miss? I think I missed somebody. Question: what's the best place with hungry bandits or weak mobs to train toughness on Genesis? It's definitely the border zone. Sorry, I don't know if you're still here. At least it's the border zone right now. You could also do Ockran's Gulf if you're a human, or the Holy Nation area if you're human. Um, Otherwise, if you're feeling especially spunky, you could go do the Cannibal Plains. Well, and before I kill myself, let me make sure I go back to a skeleton. Sure, I'll do. They're the corrupted whistlers. Let's do frame, height, leg, frame. Okay. Yeah, boy. Magic. Um, so let's see. Let's go and do this. We'll discover all of them. We can go down here. Yeah, texture wizardry. No, I have no idea what the fuck they're fighting about. Very common issue. But yeah, I'm excited for Kenshi 2. I'm even more excited to get this update out whenever it gets out. And then whenever Remaster releases, I will likely have to take quite a lot of time off from the updates because I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know if I want to make it a requirement or so if I make it a requirement, then that means Genesis will revolve completely around Remaster, which could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing. Because if Kindred breaks something, then that means something breaks in Genesis. Whereas if I add it to Genesis, and me and Kindred haven't really discussed this yet either, because if I add it to Genesis, then it means I'm going to have to take even more time off and ensure that the particles are not rewritten incorrectly, the shaders are not rewritten incorrectly. I'm going to have to repath like thousands of files. I'm going to have to make sure the textures are done with thousands of files and stuff like that. So um, for now, I'm going to focus mostly on Genesis. Um, the updates as they are right now, they work. Um, version 4 of this mod works. Um, but, when you've got stuff that looks like, hold on, just for reference, Boron is already redesigning his entire mod around, his work. Let's see, where is it at? So when you have stuff that looks like this, by the way, this is low detail, Kenshi. And you're going to tell me, no, that's bullshit. Oh, so you can see translucency here in this guy's hair, and you can see the darkness in this guy's hair. But when you've got stuff like this that looks low detail like this, and it still looks this good, then it's kind of hard to pass up on the project. Um, but yeah, so you've got stuff like that. You've got this is the metal reflections I was talking about. Super high detail, but the detail you see are like 1K textures, 2K textures. What did he say? 1K textures? I think they're 1K textures. And you're looking at this and you're going, oh, what the hell? No way. You know what I mean? So then you have like stuff that's this low res and yet still has so much detail, and yet now you have rusted metal pieces looking like this. You have rusted metal pieces looking like this. Um, Brass has different reflections than this metal does. Metal pieces like this, metal pieces like this. He's got new buildings. These are just mock-ups. Texture, whatever, for hivers. So when your textures look that good and they don't have, you know, hold on, they don't have, let's do effects, fog features. What the fuck are you screaming about? What are you? Nothing. You're nothing. What are you? But yeah, when you look at improvements like that, it's kind of hard not to want to build because not only does the game look 4, 5, 6 times better, but you also have, for reference, this is the sun reflecting off the ground. What are you? You're nothing. Goodbye. So not only do you have a performance increase, but the game looks better. I'm trying to figure out where all these fucking empty buildings are. What the fuck are you? Oh, a bird. So it's super hard not to look at that and go, yeah, okay, I'm gonna build Genesis around it. Um, because I'm physically playing with the benefits of an older version, right? So, and I look at this and I'm like, okay, I know my community is gonna want this, and I know that because of all the changes coming to this mod, I'm going to have to change Genesis around it. And if I change Genesis around it, then I have to either include it or I have to go out of my way to require it. And either, in my opinion, is fine. I think if Genesis has one mod that needs to be a requirement, I think having remastered is perfectly fine, in my opinion. There's no way I'm not going to push the community to not use it. Um, you know, and I'm going to go through and ensure that Genesis is super optimized on top of it. So, well, first off, since we're here, might as well get rid of this guy. In case you're wondering. What? What? Oh, thank you for gifting 5 tier subs. I genuinely was looking at this and I was like, what the fuck did it just say? Subscribe for 0 months. Wow, thank you for that, man. But very, very kind of you. Yeah, that's very, very cool, man. Very, very, very cool. I appreciate it a lot. Um, let's see. So that should be Lost Library Outpost. You know what? Let's open this back up. Nope. No, you're vanilla. Okay, so let's go here. This is 2040. 2040. Delete. Yeah, that's 2040. Let's see. 2040. Okay. It is indeed a very nice V-Day gift. Very, very nice. Let's go back to the swamp and ensure that I'm not leaving any ruins and stuff behind. I'm pretty sure I want to do away. Well, I want to keep the Tower of Madness, but do away with the name of it. And if Cat ever gets back to me, damn, I don't have. Let's just spawn here. Foliage, discover all. Let's let this load. Okay. So let's go to. Oh, that's right. I gotta do the whole fucking brave thing. Yeah, I really gotta get up early tomorrow. I gotta do so much shit. Hold on. Verify Brave wallet. Uh, add emojis to Twitch. Update. Server items. Okay, check that tomorrow. Yeah, I really need to do it because my Brave wallet uh is the United States continue. Okay. Okay. Yep. The triangle target. So I have two here, right? I have like like $40 on my mobile Rave thing. So I definitely need to but yeah, I gotta do that. Okay, so let's see. Infested village. Do I want to delete 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 before I forget? Deleted the black shifters vault. Deleted the library outpost ruin. Deleted the infested village. Like Boob Ross? Oh, delete. So 2337. 2337 and 2336 and 2237, maybe? No? Pain, Swordren, abandoned way station. Sure. But yeah. So if you're watching and you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, I'm going through. I'm cleaning up a lot of the map. Because a lot of factions and new additions are getting squished together. So, for instance, instead of people having access to the free city, which used to sit right here or here, um, people will have access to this ruins, um, this ruin, and then who's in here? No one. I guess no one's in here. Yeah. Um, so a bunch of the ruins will change, and a bunch of. Why are you walking on the water? Huh, weird. Yeah, so these are basically a generic ruin. You go up to them, you find them, you loot them for materials and whatever you need. Advanced technology like spider eyes and skeleton eyes, skeleton muscles, and stuff like that. Um, so the general idea is that you'll bounce from region to region, and each one of these, when you come across them, like this will say ruins and this will say ruins. Um, so you won't know what they are unless, of course, you watch everything or you find a map or something like that. Um, let's turn off foliage and let's go to the swamp. You can also turn off fog features and effects. Yeah, I've got to get up fucking really early tomorrow. I've got so much paperwork to do. Well, quote unquote paperwork. If you guys are around in the morning, let's say 12 hours from now, which would be 7 a.m. my time, um, I'll probably do a morning stream. What the fuck would I even do? Play RuneScape? I guess I could play RuneScape, just AFK. Find something to AFK. Um, Play RuneScape in the morning and just hang out and chill. Um, but yeah. Mm, Otherwise, I'll just do a Kenshi stream tomorrow afternoon. But I'm behind on a lot of stuff. Christmas and all that, the holidays and everything messed it all up. Just, just get a bunch of humans, recruit them, and then walk down to an acid place and just put everything in slow mo. Okay, where? Where? Okay, Lost Armory. Its distance is 78,000 meters away. Defensive Gate 1, Tower of Madness. Okay. And its distance is. Alright, where are we at? We are currently 64,000. So if I go this way. You. What are you? Oh, there's literally nothing here, but an entire town is here. Whoops. Alright, so 1842. Let's clean this up. 1842. No. Okay. And 1942. One day you'll look up in the sky and you'll see giant wrecks from the ashlands hovering over sea or land that you moved 18,000 units. Yeah. Now, this is because I deleted a town, but I didn't. This is because I deleted a town marker, not because I deleted a town. I've actually done that, though. When I first started modding, I lived I lived all the way out here in the islands of None, and I was messing around with terrain features, and somehow I saved it to my save file, except I had placed like an Ashlands tower all the way out here or something. Okay, so theoretically, how do you even have power? But yes, you're clairvoyant. Hmm. So I think that's everything, right? In the swamp? He's a witch. Burn him. Well, I'm never going to learn anything once I close this down and reopen it. Clairvoyant. Is that your real name, Claire? They're going to do paperwork and stream tomorrow, and then I've got to do. You know, I really like this city. I love the location and everything, but I want those new fucking assets. Let's do this. Foliage, main ponds, discover. Not in the damn mountain. Get me out of the mountain. Thanks. Okay, so let's do this. Shift F12. Okay, so let's race around and see if anything pops up. Ooh, you forgot a building. Oh, that's right. I want to ask Macrotaz for his clay buildings and use those in Mudtown. But I kind of want to move Mudtown. I want to move Mudtown like deep into the swamps because I think it would be super, super cool. Actually, kind of like an uncontacted tribe type deal. Let's do Kenshi Mudtown. Kenshi. Let me open up Steam. Give me Steam. No, give me Steam. Okay. Kenshi Workshop. Go away. Um, Mud. So I think what I want to do, I've got to ask Macro for these. I think he said I could use them, but I'll ask him again. Okay. Where? It's 42,000. No, it's 45,200 and 63,007. So it's like over here. Uh, oh wait. Oh, so what I want to do is I think I want to add these guys to Mudtown and then move Mudtown. I don't think it was because you said Ben Shapiro. Maybe people like Ben Shapiro, uh, but I think it's because I said it was my birthday. I know you're popular and all that, but so here's what I'm thinking. So maybe even somewhere like this. So basically, take a heavily wooded area. I have no idea. That's what what's his name was just saying. So take a heavily wooded area and then put the clay buildings here, and then so you would have like an uncontacted tribe and a new resource in the swamp. Um, and you could find a blueprint in their village. Um, for their resources and stuff like that. But yeah. So you find them, and they have unique gear and stuff like that. You can recruit one of them. I'll make one of them a simple recruit. Um, and then when you recruit the person, um, the town dies out because he's their leader or something. Blah 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 lore, and then hold on, and then these guys take over, the mushroom guys, and then I can tie that into another quest line, which will replace the Tower of Madness. But yeah, yeah. So okay, so there was a whole city right here, and it looks like I got everything. I did indeed get everything. Yeah, but I don't know why your dude looks different. Oh wait, or maybe it was over here. Oh, I wonder where I set up my first playthrough. It was right here. Yeah, it was right here. This tree wasn't here, but I had my gate right here. Because, or maybe it was over here. Let me see, where's the... Because I had a choke point. I think it was here, right here. And I built a road into my place. But my base covered like, let me see. Maybe it was here. Yeah, Paramount. Jordan was just saying that he thinks his guy bugged too, and so did the other guy that's here every day. I forgot his name, Ranger. So did Ranger. uh, uh, maybe. I think I have it set it up so that subscribers have more options. So maybe the options, like when you got the expanded options, your guy changed. Or you know what I could do? I could, let me see, for Mudtown, if I intend to make it a mud town, what I should do is build it. See, I kind of wish Shark wasn't so big. Actually, why is it so big? Because I want to see if I can let players build here. What the hell was I gonna do? Oh, so what I could do is like for Mudtown. Let me see. We have here, we have there, and we have this area. So I could build Mudtown like somewhere up here, so it looks over the. You don't really exist. That sounds about right. All of this is in my head. So what I could do, because there's not a fucking person on earth who's gonna build up here. If they do and they complain, I'd just tell them to suck my dick and fuck off. Let me see. So you have foliage. I could get rid of these map features. What if Ranger is secretly me? Yeah. See, but I wouldn't want them to be so close because, well, that was a sharp pitch jump. Um, I wouldn't want them to be so close to where people could find them so easily. So it would actually be better. Wait, this is the swamps down here? Really? me see. Markers, show roads on map. I mean, skin spiders are going to spawn up here. Huh, weird. I didn't know this was still the swamps. Also, this island looks way bigger on the map. But what I could do, too close to there, and there's a road here, so south wetlands won't work. Yeah, so probably what I would have to do is like build it somewhere in here, like like here. Actually, let's take a look at this base. Doing way too much. Did I crash it? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Well, no, because what I would want to do is have it really out of the way. And there's not much here. So I could plant like Mud Town like right here. Let's see what the foliage looks like over here. And then what is it? It's 7:30. I'll probably jump off here in a minute. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. All right. This could work. So what I could do, because the swamp is a pretty big place, and there's not really. I mean, this is super smooth. Oh, okay, that's why it's super smooth. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Maybe somewhere like right here. So instead of, this is what I'm thinking. So instead of the Tower of Madness, the idea would be to put Mud Town here. Um, with the mud buildings. The AI would change to don't leave town. So they would be a super, super secretive people. Um, no foliage removal, anything like that. There would be no roads leading to them. So my general idea is to use the road network to kind of keep people away from the town. Although the discovery range is a problem because I don't know. You know what? Let's check. Global game settings. Pierce damage, stumble damage, max. Production speed. Damage multiplier, hunger, medic, medical, miscellaneous. Prices, settings, days per year. Latitude, night darkness. Multiplier for exposure minima. Encumbrance base. I guess not. There isn't really a. Maybe it has something to do with a town? Yeah, so place a mud town there. And basically what they'll do is over time, you'll go from mud town to like infested town. Because you brought some disease there when you contacted them. So the minute that you recruit the one guy, uh, or girl, I'll probably make it a girl because it feels like a girl. It feels like that would make a better story. Think Moana or something like that. You know, Moana, she's like, let it snow, or whatever, whatever fucking Disney movie. Basically, she's like, I'm a woman and I want to go fishing, and I actually really like Moana, so it's sad that I forgot the entire fucking story of Moana. But so the general idea would be it's a quote unquote uncontacted tribe. They don't have super high amount of contact. You bring a disease in, you recruit somebody, you don't know you bring a disease in, and then you leave, and then a world state flips because you recruited the person. Once the world state flips, then the mushroom people come in, and then they spread out all over the place, um, and start attacking people randomly. Um, yeah, that could be fun. Create like a yeah, patriarchy won't let me. Create like a zombie horde type deal in the swamps, but the enemies will probably be like level 30. Or be the Spanish explorer. Uh, yep, that's pretty much it. Ranger is a guy. He was making a joke. I think Ranger's a guy. Am I a guy? Hold on, let me check. Yep, I'm definitely a guy. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna kill it there. I'm gonna end it there. I will be back in the morning. Um, bright and early. Yeah, have a blanket quest item. You know that's a myth, right? Paramo? You know the blanket thing is a myth, right? Before I leave. Yeah, yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. uh, thank you everybody who subscribed today and you know, yeah, came by to hang out and but much love to you guys. Thank you for stopping by. I'll catch you guys in the morning if you guys are here in the morning. But yeah. Otherwise, I think what I'm gonna do is just while I'm working tomorrow morning, I'm going to I'll probably play RuneScape or something like that in the background while I'm working on a bunch of different things. Yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Kenshi stream same time, 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern. You know, whenever the fuck I decide to stream tomorrow. But I'll let you guys know. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and you know, like it if you like it, subscribe if you know have a Twitch Prime, subscribe on YouTube. You know, all the fucking you know the fucking drill, fucking what everybody says. But I'll catch you guys later. Thank you everybody for stopping by.